Hey, what's happening? I don't know what you've been asking yourself, but most recently I've been asking yourself, are you focused on competition or service? Now, the main reason that I wanted to do this video is because obviously if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in business, you don't want to have any competition, right? That's what you've been told. But look, I'm here to tell you something different. I'm here to tell you that you need to focus on service. And here's an example why. Now, let's say you provide a product or a service that can help many people. Obviously, we know that if your product or service can ultimately benefit someone, it is unethical for you not to, show it to as many people that you can so they can take advantage of it so they could be better off, right? So number one is you have to come from a place of service. Now, next thing I want to show you is this whole bullcrap that we've been sold about on competition, right? Yes, you want to be the authority in your space. Yes, you want to be the most recognizable. Yes, you need to have that as your mindset that what you're providing is valuable. But at the end of the day, the competition doesn't matter, right? Now, stay with me here. It matters in a sense that you have to be as valuable, if not more valuable than your competitors for your customers to continue to do business with you and for you to attract more customers, right? But what doesn't matter is just because somebody else is doing the same thing that you're doing, that doesn't matter. Now let me show you why. And if you have a calculator, if you don't like math, just follow me here. I'm gonna do it very, very simple, okay? So check this out. Let's say for the sake of things, you wanted $1 million, right? Let's just say that. And it's funny because this morning, my wife and I were kind of talking about the same thing. So if you had 1 million friends, like really good friends, and you called them up and just be like, hey, John, can I get $1 from you? Hey, Bill, can I get $1 from you? Hey, Mary, can I get $1 from you? And you did that with 1 million of your friends. And let's say you used technology, you messaged them through whatever, and they each gave you $1, and you had 1 million friends. You would have $1 million, right? So let's, I'm gonna put here, of course my marker isn't writing, so I'm gonna use the red one. So there we go, 1 million, right? And it doesn't matter if this is dollars or people, but let's say it's people. So let's say the service or the product that you had, you have 1 million customers, that is your target. Your goal is to hit 1 million people, right? So check this out. If you take 1 million, now let's say your product or service that you sell or something that you have, your best closing scenario is to get those people on the phone or walk them through a sales funnel or do digital marketing or whatever the scenario is, right? But let's just say for the sake of purposes that your time to interact with each individual is 5 minutes, right? So let's say you had to get them on the phone. So we'll use this as a phone call scenario. Now, let's say you start making phone calls at, 6 a.m. or let's say 8 a.m. and you finish making phone calls at 8 p.m. So that's 12 hours, right? So remember, we said 5 minutes. So in 1 hour, which is 60 minutes, how many 5-minute phone calls are you gonna have? You're gonna have 12, right? 12 calls. So let's say, like I said, you started working at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you worked until 8 o'clock at night, non-stop, and you had 12 calls every single hour, okay? For 12 hours. That's 12 calls times 12 hours. That's 144 calls. Now remember, you spoke with one person for 5 minutes. That was one contact. So let's say you wanted to reach 1 million people, right? And in one day, you were able to do 144 calls, 144 contacts. So if you take that 1 million, and divide it by 144, Now I haven't done the numbers on this, so bear with me. 1 million divided by 144. That gives me 6,944.4 days. Okay, this is the amount of days it's gonna take you if you have 144 5-minute conversations with someone every single day. Okay, so 6,944.4 divided by 365. Let's say you worked every single day. It would take you 19 years. Okay, so again, you, one person, to reach 1 million people for a 5-minute conversation on the phone, it would take you 19 years. So if you're doing phone sales and you're concerned about your competition, what you need to concern yourself is this number and service. Because if your product can solve the problem of 1 million individuals, then guess what? You know, it's got to take you 19 years to make contact with 1 million individuals. Now, guess what? By the time 19 years goes by, this population is going to increase. Maybe now it's 2 million. So guess what? It's going to take you another 19 years to have that. And remember, you spoke with them once for 5 minutes. What if you had to call them, let's say every quarter, every 3 months, you call them for follow-up, or they did consume your product or service, so you follow them to check up with them. And every 3 months, so 4 times a year, you had to call them. This number, that means that if every one of those million people you had to talk to 4 times in 1 year, it wouldn't take you 19 years. It would take you 76 years to keep on talking with these million people 1 time every 3 months for 5 minutes. So why are you focusing on your competition where you can't even service the million people that you have in the lifetime that you're doing? Okay? So look at it this way. If your product is so good, if your service is so good, if what you can provide is so good to help 1 million people, forget worrying about what your competitors are doing, because for you it's humanly impossible. Now, social media, video recordings like this one, what has it allowed us to do? It has allowed us to record our message, and using the tools that are available, we can send it to maybe 1 million people or more at the same time. So now we indirectly spoke with those individuals, and now out of those 1 million people, let's say, 20,000 contact us because they are actually interested in what we have to offer. So again, you can use this. It doesn't matter if your number is 100, right? You reached 100 people through these media platforms like this one, through your video, right? And out of those 120 called you. So the old 80-20 rule that we talk about, right? And out of those 20, 50% of them consumed your product. So you had 10 individuals. But you did that because you created something, you delivered your message in the numbers. If you're making phone calls and you're concerned about your competition, dude, your list of 1 million isn't even big enough, because just 1 million is going to take you 5 minutes, and it's going to take you 19 years to service those 1 million people. So start thinking about what can you do to bring value to others, and then talk to people that are already doing it on a mass scale. Like look at Tony Robbins, look at Grant Cardone, look at Gary Vaynerchuk, look at Russell Brunson, look at all these other people, look at Ty Lopez, how they've been able to take the social media and understanding this concept. They have a product or a service that is helping a mass of people. Now, maybe their ideal target audience is only 1 million people out of the, 7.5 billion people on Earth. Maybe their ideal customer base is just 1 million customers, okay? If they were to do it themselves for these 5 minutes, it would take them personally 19 years. Now they've tricked the system because they finally understood this, and I finally understood this, that I don't have to be concerned about everybody else that's in real estate, or everybody else that's in credit repair, or anybody else that is helping others generate more income through different revenue streams, through whatever it is the case. Why? Because of this, Stop concerning yourself about your competitors. Focus on your client. Focus on your service being so good and so valuable to somebody else that those individuals are going to do business with you, okay? And then those individuals can refer more business to you. Look, it's all in the math. The proof is in the math, okay? Do this for your target market. I don't know what you're selling. Maybe you're selling candy bars, or maybe you're selling some health product, or maybe you're selling an exercise program, or maybe you're providing guidance to someone, or you're doing financial planning. Stop concerning yourself about what the competition is doing. That doesn't matter. If you truly know that your service, your product is gonna benefit your customer at the end more than whatever they can get somebody else, and you truly feel like you're servicing them 100% and they're 100% satisfied, and you're just blowing away their minds about the service that you're providing with them, that's what matters. So forget about your competition, focus on your service, go help as many people as you can, and these numbers are the return you're going to have on those numbers, not only financially, but just the feeling you're going to get from it, because you help someone, because from a place of integrity you truly help someone, is going to be more of a payout than all the dollars or whatever currency you're trading on is going to come with. So go out there, be great, help as many people as you can, and I'll see you on here next time.